This web novel start is actually insane. Su Qingjia, the cold female lead, drops a massive divorce offer. She slides the papers over, her breathtaking but freezing face showing absolutely zero emotion. But our main character Chen Yan is not even sad about getting dumped. Why? Because he just transmigrated into this web novel as the ultimate useless husband. In the original plot, this second male lead, Chen Yan, would be crying and begging on his knees. He would literally cling to her legs like a pathetic loser, but honestly, what a joke. She is a billionaire CEO and the ultimate dream girl for everyone else. Plus, he got a comfortable $100,000 allowance every month. Who would ever complain about that? But the new Chen Yan is built different. He is completely over this 3-year fake marriage. See, Su Qingjia has a secret crush, the story's actual male lead, Ling Xiu. Luckily, she had some class and never actually cheated on Chen Yan. But Ling Xiu is returning soon, and in the original novel, that means disaster for our guy. They would team up to ruin him, leaving him broke and utterly destroyed. He literally dies on the streets, so yeah, screw being a pathetic side character. Screw her true love too. Chen Yan is officially done playing along. 100 million. He picks up the paper and taps the massive number. Su Qingjia grips her pen, hiding her deep disgust, expecting him to ask for more. She tells him not to get too greedy, her voice completely freezing the room. She snaps that she paid for everything for 3 years, so this is plenty. Chen Yan just scoffs. She really thinks he is still that pathetic simp from the novel. She expects him to beg, but he just smiles and says it is more than enough. He grabs the pen and immediately signs his name, Chen Yang, on the dotted line. His bold, confident signature looks absolutely nothing like the weak handwriting of the original host. He slides the paper back and casually asks when the cash will hit his account. Su Qingjia is completely stunned. All the insults she prepared are suddenly stuck in her throat. No shot. She looks totally speechless, unable to process what just happened. For the first time ever, absolute shock flashes across her beautiful eyes. She glares at him, desperately trying to read his expression. She expects to see some hidden pain, regret, or even a fake smile. But there is nothing. Chen Yan is just looking completely relaxed. Honestly, he looks thrilled, so she coldly tells him the money arrives tomorrow. Her face turns completely pale as Chen Yan happily agrees to pack up today. He stands up and takes a nice long stretch, bones cracking with pure satisfaction. Honestly, this new body is actually top tier, standing tall at 188 centimeters. Plus, he has got a solid 8-pack that would make anyone jealous. Too bad the original Soul was a total coward, but things change today. Chen Yan is in charge now. He turns around without giving her a second glance. He walks away like she is a complete stranger, leaving her utterly frozen. Suddenly, a loud, harsh scratching sound echoes behind him. Su Qingjia snapped her pen, digging a deep scratch into her expensive wooden desk. Talk about instant satisfaction, and honestly, he is just getting started. He goes to his room and does not even bother packing any bags. When you are rich, you can buy anything, so he just dials a number. He introduces himself as Chen Yan, and the line goes completely silent for 3 seconds. Finally, a very respectful yet deeply confused voice answers him. Wang Qian cautiously asks what young Master Chen needs him to do. Wang Qian is technically his assistant, but actually a spy sent by the Su family. But later in the story, he gets framed and almost goes to prison. The original host bailed him out. After that, he became the host's only loyal subordinate, so now Chen is going to recruit him early. Chen gives him a simple task. Tomorrow his account is getting 100 million yuan. He tells Wang Qian to take 50 million and head to the southern suburbs. Buy that land, no matter the cost. Buy the southern chemical plant? Wang Qian's voice is completely filled with shock. He is like, Master Chen, that place is remote, abandoned, and heavily polluted. What are we even buying it for? Of course, Chen knows exactly why he is shocked. In 2 weeks, the city will announce a brand new high-tech park right on that exact spot. The land value is about to shoot up 100 times. The author's seriously cooked here. Chen does not bother explaining and just orders him to find a place with the leftover cash. It needs to be quiet, have a massive kitchen, and he wants 8 chefs hired. Specifically, 1 chef for each of the 8 classic Chinese culinary styles. Plus a master brewer who knows how to make traditional white, yellow, and rice wines. Oh, and grab a golden retriever too. Silence. You can totally picture Wang Qian looking like that classic confused old man meme right now. Buying toxic wasteland, hiring 8 chefs, brewing alcohol, and raising a dog? Even the worst spendthrifts are not this wild. Wang Qian cautiously asks if he divorced his wife. Chen says yes. Silence. He hangs up. He feels absolutely amazing. From tomorrow on, everything changes. Chen is about to live the ultimate lazy rich life. The next day, the money hits. His bank notification is more punctual than an alarm clock. 10 billion yuan is successfully deposited. Staring at that long string of zeros on his screen is pure, unadulterated satisfaction. Wang Qian is insanely fast. By noon, he already calls back. His voice sounds a bit dazed as he reports that the house is ready. It is a massive detached villa located in Yunxi Mountain Villa. It has a heated pool and a huge kitchen matching every single request. The 8 professional chefs and the master brewer are all locked in. They can start working immediately, and even the golden retriever is ready to go. Chen interrupts. Did you buy the land? Yes, secured. Wang Qian's voice gets incredibly quiet, sounding a bit hurt. It cost 48 million because the sellers jacked up the price when they saw interest. Total ripoff, but Chen just smiles. He nods in satisfaction and calmly gives his next orders. He tells Wang Qian to use the remaining cash to start an investment firm. He will run the company and work directly under Chen from now on. Chen offers a starting salary of 2 million yuan, making Wang Qian's voice literally crack. Shaking in sheer disbelief, he remembers his old job as a senior assistant. He worked himself to the bone there for barely 800,000 a year. 2 million? Is that too little? No way. He quickly thanks Chen, swearing he will literally go through fire and water for him. His voice is trembling with raw emotion, and it is not even just about the money. It's mostly because he gave him the respect Su Qingjia's family never did. He gave him total trust, handing over a massive 100 million yuan business. Doing it without even blinking, a high-level boss move his ex-wife's family could never pull off. He hopped into the cheapest Porsche in the original owner's garage and hit the road. Heading to his new place at Yunxi Villa, and honestly, it looks amazing. It's a sleek, minimalist vibe with massive windows showing lush greenery. First order of business, he gets top chefs from the 8 culinary traditions to cook their absolute best signature dishes. The dongpo pork is melt-in-your-mouth perfection, and the Buddha jumps-over-the-wall soup is incredibly rich. The mapo tofu is spicy and satisfying, because honestly, life is all about this. Just eating and living well. Why struggle? It's literally just so he can enjoy this crazy, luxurious lifestyle completely guilt-free. After eating, he takes a relaxing half-hour swim in his private heated pool to wind down. Sweating off his slight buzz, his 8-pack looks shredded. Staring at his insanely handsome face in the mirror, even he has to admit the guy is built different. The only downside of transmigrating into this book is he'll probably need a face mask just to go outside. Just as he's heading up for a nap, his phone buzzes. An unknown number flashes, but he picks up. On the other end, Su Qingjia's voice is still cold, but she's low-key lost that arrogant, condescending edge. Drying his hair, he asks flatly, "What do you want?" After a brief pause, she points out, "You didn't go back to the old mansion today." Oh right, he forgot they were keeping the divorce secret. The original host used to play along and visit every single week, but he just calmly admits, "I forgot." Silence on the other end. He can picture her frowning. Honestly, this guy used to memorize her schedule better than pie. Talk about a complete 180. She tells him Grandpa is absolutely furious. Her voice drops to ice. "You'd better explain it yourself." He just gives a casual, "Okay," ready to hang up and get back to his glorious afternoon nap. But she stops him. "Did you buy that land down south?" He raises an eyebrow. "Yeah," he says. "Is there a problem?" Throwing the question back, she finally snaps after a tense pause. "Are you crazy, Chen Yan?" She thinks he's just recklessly showing off with his new settlement money. Warning him to spend wisely, she says he'll end up completely broke if he doesn't. He chuckles sighs, cutting her off right there by calling her President Su. Pointedly, he notes that how he spends his own money has absolutely nothing to do with her anymore. She is so triggered her voice cracks, but he's not even done. He tells her to stop calling him Chen Yan and stick to ex-husband, then immediately hangs up on her. Staring at her phone as it clicks dead, she grips it in pure shock. No shot! For the first time in 3 years, she's actually questioning if she completely misjudged him. Anyway, he still visits his family's old estate over the weekend. He's not going there to put on a show anymore, but in the original owner's memories. The old grandpa was actually pretty decent to him, but the second he steps inside, a ceramic teacup flies right past his ear and shatters into a million pieces on the floor. Grandpa Chen's beard is literally shaking with rage as he screams, "You bastard, you finally decided to show up?" Pointing his cane right at his nose, he yells, "I heard you divorced her! Who gave you the right? You've completely dragged our family name through the absolute dirt!" Chen Yan's parents are sighing in the background, while his so-called brother, Chen Hao, is grinning with pure schadenfreude, calling him too impulsive for leaving his rich wife. How could he let President Su go, he asks, but Chen Yan completely ignores him. This annoying stepbrother in the novel always sabotaged the original owner, basically praying for Chen Yan's immediate downfall. "Grandfather, I am getting divorced," Chen Yan says, staring straight at the old man. His tone is dead calm, which absolutely triggers the old man into slamming his cane up. Chen Yan calmly points out that Su Qing already has someone else in her heart, so forcing things makes no sense. Instead of 3 people suffering, he would rather be the one to back out. "Your grandson is not that desperate," Chen Yan says, and the grandfather's cane freezes midair. Those cloudy eyes lock onto Chen Yan, trying to read his soul and find any hesitation. After a tense silence, the old man lets out a heavy sigh and lowers his cane. "Forget it," he sighs. "The younger generation must find their own path." Honestly, the way Chen Yan casually diffuses this massive family drama is just top tier. Seeing his annoying stepbrother Chen Hao with his smug grin totally frozen is pure satisfaction. Leaving the family mansion behind, Chen Yan heads straight to an exclusive members-only art gallery. If the novel's plot is right, today is the day. A private cello recital is happening right here, and the female lead Jiang Zhiyi will show up. He is not trying to force a cheesy encounter, but his new laid-back life plan definitely needs some high-class art to soothe his soul. And if he happens to cross paths with that angel of a girl, well, that is just a sweet bonus. The recital is a massive hit, featuring a world-class international master on stage. But the girl sitting right next to him instantly steals all of Chen Yan's attention. She is wearing a simple white dress, her long hair falling like a dark waterfall. With porcelain white skin, she is not sitting stiffly and pretending to be cultured like everyone else. Instead, she gently tilts her head with closed eyes, totally lost in the moment. Her fingers are tapping lightly on her knees, dancing perfectly to the rhythm of the cello. With a soft smile on her lips, it is clear she is not just listening. She is truly feeling the music, absorbing that pure, unfiltered joy. Honestly, she looks like she is glowing, and then the final note fades out. As thunderous applause fills the hall, she slowly opens her eyes. They are the clearest eyes he has ever seen, looking just like a startled fawn. She turns her head, locking eyes directly with Chen Yan. Looking a bit shy about getting caught, she gives him a warm, gentle smile. "Do you also like Rachmaninoff?" she asks him in a soft, melodic whisper. "Not exactly," Chen Yan says, gently shaking his head. "But I feel like there is a powerful force of life in his music. No matter how deep the despair gets, you can always find the light." "That is exactly how I feel," she says, her eyes instantly lighting up. "A true kindred spirit," she says, offering her hand and introducing herself as Jiang Zhiyi. "Chen Yan," he replies, taking her hand and admiring how unique her name is. Her hand is incredibly soft, with just a slight, refreshing coolness to it. It is a perfect handhold, and she tells him his name sounds beautiful. She beams at him, her eyes curving into adorable little crescent moons. She mentions her mother always said sincere people have the word Yan in their names. Chen Yan chuckles softly, thinking to himself that her mom definitely got that wrong. So Chen Yan and this guy Jiang Zhiyi are hitting it off incredibly well. They talk about everything, from classical music to modern poetry, Sudong Po to Van Gogh. Chen Yan quickly realizes that Jiang Zhiyi's mind is way sharper than he expected. Plus, the guy always has this incredibly unique, positive outlook on life. Chatting with him is super refreshing, but soon it starts getting pretty late. Chen Yan realizes it is time to go, while Jiang Zhiyi checks his watch. Clearly wanting to talk more, Jiang Zhiyi offers to walk him out. They step out of the art gallery and suddenly a flashy red Ferrari screeches to a halt right in front of him. The window rolls down, revealing a heavily made-up, extremely hostile face. She immediately snaps. "Zhiyi, why are you hanging out with a guy like this?" Turns out she is Zhou Xiaoman, a total snob and the ex-wife's best friend. If you know the novel, this girl did nothing but mock our main character. Jiang Zhiyi is genuinely surprised and asks Xiaoman what she is doing there. Zhou Xiaoman steps out of her ride and glares at Chen Yan with pure disgust. She does not even try to hide her contempt, saying if she did not show up, she warns that Zhiyi would get scammed by shady people, grabbing his hand to pull him away. She desperately asks him if he even knows who this guy actually is. She yells that he is Su Qingjia's notoriously useless ex-husband, Chen Yan, saying he got dumped, took some pocket change, and now acts like a big shot. She warns Ziyi to stay far away from him, speaking loud enough for everyone. Instantly, bystanders gather around to watch the drama, and several mockingly amused looks are thrown their way. But Jiang Zhiyi just frowns and yanks his hand right out of her grasp. He firmly tells her that Chen Yan is his friend, but she just scoffs. Zhou Xiaoman laughs like it is a joke, calling him way too naive. She claims Chen Yan is just a gold digger chasing his wealth, clinging to him like a leech, and that he is definitely trying to pull the same old tricks again. Meanwhile, Chen Yan just crosses his arms, watching this circus with pure amusement. Like watching a clown put on a show, before calmly asking if she is done. His extremely chill tone and deadpan stare instantly make Zhou Xiaoman falter under his gaze. Fuming with rage, her face goes pale, and she finally tells him to move. She claims he is blocking her car, but Chen Yan just points behind her, right at his own insane Porsche, casually gesturing for her to move instead. Suddenly, Jiang Zhiyi steps right in front of him to defend him. He looks at her and says he trusts his own eyes, and honestly, this level of trust is so refreshing. That unconditional backup, that has got to feel incredibly good. Zhou Xiaoman completely loses it, screaming that he has gone crazy. But Jiang Zhiyi just shakes his head calmly before turning around to smile at Chen Yan. He casually suggests they leave because his mom is waiting for dinner. Chen Yan nods, walking over and opening the passenger door for him. With a polite invite, Jiang Zhiyi gladly slides into the passenger seat. He waves goodbye to a completely speechless Zhou Xiaoman as Chen Yan hits the gas. They smoothly pull away, leaving her in the dust, and looking back, looking in the rearview mirror, Zhou Xiaoman's figure shrinks into a tiny, hilarious dot. Jiang Zhiyi apologizes, saying she does not mean bad and is just too blunt. Chen Yan just laughs it off. Hey, you do not bite back when a mad dog barks. Our MC jokes that he can't exactly bite her back, leaving Jiang Zhiyi completely stunned. But she immediately bursts out laughing, and just like that, the awkward tension in the car evaporates. She calls him pretty funny, but he just plays it cool. Joking he is third best, they chat the entire way. They arrive at her family mansion, and honestly, this estate is way more luxurious than expected. Looking a bit shy, Zhiyi actually invites him inside to have some tea with her. But our boy shakes his head, saying he has to pass since he is busy today. Our main character tells her he needs to rush back to enjoy a massive 8-course feast at home, which leaves her looking low-key disappointed. Still, she gives him a sweet little nod and tells him to drive carefully on his way home. Right before he leaves, she suddenly remembers something and hands him a small, handcrafted sachet. It has a crescent moon embroidered on it, a protective temple amulet she got just for him. She hopes it brings him good luck, and he gratefully accepts the sweet gift. As he takes it, a sweet scent of gardenia drifts up, which is exactly the same scent she wears. He thanks her, watching her walk through the front gates before taking a gentle sniff of the fragrant sachet. Honestly, having a sweet, beautiful girl genuinely care about you like this? It feels amazing, but of course the author is not letting this happy vibe last. The second he gets back home, his partner Wang Qian calls him in a complete panic. He screams that a crisis hit, but Chen Yan is totally chill. Telling him to slow down, he calmly pours himself a fresh glass of sweet rice wine. The drink is top tier. Even if the sky falls, it can wait until he is done. Wang Qian is practically sobbing, crying that their secret land purchase got fully leaked to the public. Now the entire internet is dragging them, claiming they colluded with government officials for profit. They accuse them of getting insider info, and the scandal is already tanking the massive Su Group stock. The shares dropped nearly 5%, but our main character is not surprised at all. This is definitely the original protagonist Ling Xiu pulling the strings. What an absolute hater! In the original story, he used this exact scandal to crush Su Qingjia and seize power.
Except this time, Chen Yan is the one taking the fall instead of her.
To make things worse, Wang Qian warns him that the tax and trade authorities are already moving. They have formed a joint task force and are literally raiding their new company offices tomorrow morning. The guy is so terrified he asks if they should flee, but Chen Yan just laughs. He literally cannot stop laughing, telling his partner that a clean record fears no investigation and they won't find a single thing. After all, his funds came from his ex-wife's very clear divorce settlement, and the entire land purchase contract was a completely normal business deal. They even paid above market price, so what can they find? But what about public opinion? Chen Yan just shrugs it off, saying public opinion is like a brief gust of wind. He finishes his glass of rice wine and calmly explains his master plan. He tells his partner to completely ignore those brainless online trolls and focus on contacting the city's largest construction companies instead. Wang Qian is completely lost, asking why on earth they need construction companies now. Chen Yan says it is obvious they need a massive construction crew to build the upcoming tech park. First, they sell the land to the government, and then they contract the construction project themselves. Making a profit from both ends of the deal, what do we call that? That is what we call being a true professional. On the other end of the phone, Wang Qian falls into another long and completely stunned silence. His brain literally cannot keep up with our main character's massive big brain plays anymore. A terrifying crisis somehow became a golden business opportunity, and Chen Yan casually hangs up. But when he finally checks his phone, boom! Chen Yan is already trending at number 1. Click on the insider trading news, and the comments are absolutely ruthless. Everyone is screaming to investigate him, calling him a useless gold digger. First, he gets a $100 million divorce settlement, and now he perfectly buys the dip? People are saying something's fishy and that CEO Su Qingjia was completely blind. They can't believe she married him. But get this, the drama is just starting. This financial blogger calling himself Mr. Lin, the messenger of justice, is doing the absolute most. He's throwing out all this fake evidence and acting like a genius analyst. Claiming Chen Yan runs a massive black market operation, but it's clearly Ling Xiu in disguise. Chen Yan is actually amused by this and literally gives the guy a like, and then boom. His ex-wife Su Qingjia calls him up again, and honestly, she sounds so stressed. Her voice is dripping with suppressed anger and sheer exhaustion as she demands to know what Chen Yan is doing. She asks what he's trying to do, and Chen Yan just casually replies that he's reading the news. She rants about how much their company's stock prices plummeted, all because of his little stunt. She asks if he even realizes that he's become the biggest laughingstock in the business world. Chen Yan just yawns and reminds CEO Su that they're divorced, so why does she care? Whether her stocks crash or not is none of his business, and as for being a joke, well, who gets the last laugh remains to be seen. Su Qingjia is so furious, her voice is shaking. She warns him that her legal team is already drafting up the paperwork. They'll cut all financial ties with him immediately, which is exactly what our boy wants. He urges her to hurry up and get it done. He's totally annoyed because this drama is seriously ruining his plans to just lay back and relax. Su Qingjia is driven absolutely insane by how little he cares about her threats. She slams the phone down, and Chen Yan just sets his device aside. Just as he's heading to the bath, another call rings in. It's Jiang Zhiyi, and her voice on the other end is soft and hesitant. She asks with pure concern if Chen Yan is all right after seeing the news. He chuckles and asks her what could possibly happen to him.
He laughs, feeling his mood instantly lift as she softly tells him not to worry. Her voice is quiet but incredibly firm, telling him that she fully believes in him.
She even offers to have her dad hook him up with the best lawyers in the country. Honestly, at that moment, our boy's heart gets totally warmed by this sweet girl's unwavering trust. Sometimes having 1,000,000 fans hyping you up is nothing. It can't compare to a single person standing by you in the dark saying they believe you. The next morning, Chen Yan wakes up naturally and pulls open the curtains. The sun is shining, and right on cue, his assistant Fang Qian calls him up. Fang Qiao sounds absolutely ecstatic, hyping up Master Chen like he's some kind of god. He says the investigators turned their entire office upside down looking for dirt. But they found absolutely nothing and had to issue a public statement. Declaring their trades were completely legal, a total face slap for the ex-wife, honestly. Chen Yan just yawns, completely unfazed by the news. Fang Qian adds that all those construction companies are now literally begging to partner with them. Even the city officials are eager to sit down and discuss future projects.
Chen Yan just tells him to handle it because he doesn't really care.
He lazily tells him not to delay his breakfast over some business talk. Hanging up the phone, he sits down to enjoy a massive, peaceful breakfast. He is just sitting there enjoying some crab roe dumplings and hot porridge. This is how simple life should be, and overnight, the internet trend completely flips.
The official statement clears Chen Yan as a law-abiding citizen, hitting the hot search.
Yesterday, those toxic keyboard warriors were bashing him. Today, they instantly switch sides. Everyone starts feeling bad for the cyberbullied victim. Honestly, we saw this coming. How could a handsome guy be a villain? That toxic ex-wife is pure evil for framing him. Poor brother Chen Yan, sending virtual hugs. Meanwhile, that self-righteous clown, Mr. Lin, has already deleted every single one of his posts. He completely vanished to play dead, leaving Chen Yan laughing hysterically at the comments. Right then, a call comes in, and it is none other than Su Qingjia. He hesitates, but picks up anyway, only to be met with dead silence.
Spit it out, he snaps, sounding completely done with her.
Hearing her say sorry is literally more shocking than an asteroid hitting the Earth. He raises an eyebrow as she admits she was way too impulsive yesterday. Her voice is barely a whisper, carrying a subtle, raspy tone. So the stock price of Kalayasu finally bounced back? He responds with total indifference. But she just cannot help herself, blurted out the million-dollar question. How did you know? Knowing what, exactly? Oh, that plot of land was just lucky, he lies casually, but she obviously does not buy it. Once is luck, but twice? 3 times? No shot. From a smooth divorce to buying the absolute dip and then completely dodging every crisis. This man is literally a walking cheat code, and she is totally lost. Can we meet up? For the first time, her voice actually sounds soft and pleading. Not interested. He shuts her down instantly, mentioning he is busy heading to an auction. With that, he hangs up the phone. Too late to beg now, sweetie. You ignored him back then, and now you are not even on his level. This charity auction is the ultimate annual playground for the high society of Haishi. But Chen Yan is not here to show off. He has a secret target. There is a specific item tonight he absolutely needs, and he is looking sharp in a custom suit. He casually chills in a corner, yet immediately becomes the main event. You cannot blame him. His clout is so insane right now, hiding's impossible. A bunch of elites try to kiss up with drinks, but he brushes them off easily. And then boom, 2 very familiar figures walk through the grand entrance. It is Su Qingjia and her little side piece, who is wearing a flashy white suit.
He acts all elegant, gentle, and perfectly composed.
That is Ling Xiu, her precious first love, instantly grabbing everyone's attention. Wait, is that the Lin Group heir, Ling Xiu? I already just returned from abroad. Such a brilliant young man. Standing next to President Su, they look like a power couple. But what about Chen Yan? He is just a loser who lived off his ex-wife. He is not even worthy of carrying Ling Xiu's shoes, the gossiping crowd whispers.
Su Qingjia feels the awkward tension and instinctively glances over at Chen Yan.
Meanwhile, Ling Xiu wears a smug winner's smile and walks straight toward him. Nice to finally meet you, he says, offering a handshake with a fake, warm smile.
Chen Yan just leans back lazily, not even moving an inch. Sorry, bro.
He has no interest in shaking hands with losers, and the entire room instantly freezes.
Ling Xiu's fake smile completely freezes. All the rich heirs who were waiting to laugh at Chen Yan are left completely speechless by his boldness. Nobody expected him to be so direct, absolutely zero respect given.
His eye twitches, but he quickly forces his polite act back on, claiming the drama was just a misunderstanding.
Talk about a clean getaway. Chen Yan just smirks and tells him to apologize on his friend's behalf instead. On his knees. Lin Xiu's face drops, and Su Qingjia steps in to tell Chen Yan to stop. President Su loves playing the protective savior. Chen Yan laughs, asking if she forgot her own ex-husband in front of her crush. Total embarrassment. Her face goes pale as the crowd whispers and laughs. Ling Xiu steps forward defensively. Towering over him, Chen Yan whispers that he hasn't even started yet. He challenges him to guess the grand prize. Pure disrespect. Chen Yan just walks right past him as the auction officially begins. With antiques and paintings up for grabs, Lin Xiu tries desperately to recover his pride. He drops 5 million. All of that money just to buy some cheap applause. He shoots Chen Yan a smug, provocative look, totally acting like you won something huge. Clueless. Chen Yan ignores him, nearly falling asleep, until the announcer brings out the main event. A pristine set of Celadon winemaking tools. A masterpiece crafted by the legendary Master Liu himself. The crowd goes absolutely wild. But get this, there is a crazy twist behind this bidding war. Master Liu is actually the personal brewer for the ultimate reclusive business tycoon in the country, Elder Zhou. He is filthy rich. Since wine is his only passion, this set is the golden ticket to meet him. High stakes. Lin Xiu's eyes light up because his company needs a connection to the Zhou group. Landing their next project is his dream. And boom, he immediately throws out a bid of 1 million. Bids quickly skyrocket past 1.5 million, but Chen Yan still sits there doing absolutely nothing. Su Qingjia looks over. She probably thinks he's broke as the price hits 8 million. Only 2 bidders left standing. Ling Xiu grits his teeth and screams a massive 10 million bid. It is over. The giant drops out and the host starts the final countdown. Lin Xiu smiles like a winner. Chen Yan casually raises his sign and bids 20 million. Silence. Is this guy insane? He blew 20 million on winemaking gear. The face of Lin Xiu instantly twists from bright red to a furious pale green as he glares at Chen. It looks like he wants to murder Chen with his eyes, demanding to know what he means. Not much, Chen says with a casual shrug. He just thinks this antique looks pretty neat and wants to buy it as a dog bowl for his golden retriever. It should look pretty unique there. And then someone snorts. Nobody knows who laughed first, but suddenly the entire auction hall completely erupts into wild laughter. Using the $20 million antique as a dog bowl is not even flexing anymore. This is straight up performance art, and honestly, Lin Xiu is about to explode from pure rage. He desperately wants to counterbid, but his pockets are already hurting from earlier purchases. His company cash flow is tight, and honestly, he just cannot afford to lose face like this. Sold for 20 million, and down goes the gavel. Under the stunned gaze of everyone, Chen casually walks up to the stage and swipes his black card. As he passes by Lin Xiu, our boy stops in his tracks. He leans in and whispers, "If money can solve it, it is not a real problem." Too bad your problems are endless, but your pockets are bone dry. This savage exit instantly turns Chen into a high society legend. Everyone thinks he is a certified madman. Nobody can wrap their head around his wild moves. Meanwhile, Su Xin and Lin Xiu have officially become the laughingstocks of the town. One got publicly clowned by her ex-husband, while the other got absolutely humiliated by his love rival. Rumor has it Lin Xiu went home and smashed that $5 million painting to pieces. But Chen does not care at all. He is just setting up his $20 million dog bowl, while Wang Qian stands there looking completely constipated. Wang Qian finally stammers out, "Are we seriously letting a dog use this?" Right on cue, his golden retriever named Fugi happily runs around the antique, giving it a cheeky lick. Chen just shrugs. Did you actually think I know anything about winemaking? Wang Qian is completely speechless. His entire worldview is being dragged on the ground and repeatedly shattered.
Right then, the doorbell rings and Wang Qian runs to open it.
He returns, guiding in an energetic elderly gentleman dressed in a traditional Tang suit.
This prestigious guest is Uncle Zhou, the head butler of the powerful Zhou group.
Chen smiles and stands up to greet him warmly. "What a refined taste you have, my young friend," Uncle Zhou says, looking at the winemaking vessel. He then looks at the tail-wagging golden retriever, a subtle smile playing in his eyes. "You flatter me, Uncle Zhou. It is just for fun," Chen replies. Uncle Zhou sighs. If Old Man Liu knew you used his masterpiece as a dog bowl, he would turn in his grave. Chen merely smiles, choosing not to say much. He knows old Liu is still alive and well, so this is definitely a test. Surely Uncle Zhou did not come today just to mourn an old friend, right? Chen pours him a fresh cup of yellow wine.
Uncle Zhou takes a slow sip, and his eyes instantly light up. Amazing wine! Smooth, sweet, and absolutely perfect.
It seems you are a true connoisseur, my young friend. Uncle Zhou sets his cup down, getting straight to the point. Our patriarch is extremely fond of this set. Name your price. But Chen simply shakes his head.
Chen tells Uncle Zhou he is not selling the set. Instead, he is gifting it straight to the old man.
Uncle Zhou completely freezes. Who just hands over an item they bought for $20 million?
Gifting it away just like that?
Chen smiles and says he only has one condition. He looks at him, softening his tone. It is about the new Western District project that the Ling Group wants to bid on. He wants the Zhou family to treat all bidders fairly. Notice how he does not demand the project itself. Smart move. For a powerful elder like Zhou, the less greedy you act, the more they respect you. The old man will hold him in high regard. Uncle Zhou gives him a long, deep look. His eyes are filled with pure admiration as he accepts this massive gift, telling Chen he must visit their estate. He says the master would be absolutely thrilled to sit down and discuss things with him. Once Uncle Zhou leaves, Wang Qian looks at our MC like he is a literal god.
He went from seeing Chen as a genius to treating him like a god, asking how he predicted the visit.
Chen just shrugs and says it was a guess. Obviously, he cannot reveal he read the original novel. In the book, the original protagonist, Ling Xiu, eagerly gifted this exact brewing set to Elder Zhou.
But he got rejected immediately because the old man absolutely despises transactional suck-ups.
People with heavy agendas get nowhere with him, so Chen did the exact opposite. He acted completely indifferent to the expensive set, then gifted it away with 0 strings attached. Asking only for a fair shot? Honestly, the contrast between him and the original protagonist is night and day. One looks like a greedy corporate climber, while Chen looks like an elegant gentleman who does not care about money. It is pretty obvious who the old man is going to prefer here. Naturally, news of this absolute power move spreads. His local madman reputation gets a brand new upgrade. Everyone now calls him the deeply unpredictable madman. Meanwhile, Chen is just chillin'. He is living his absolute dream life in his villa, working out and playing with his dog. He watches his chefs cook off, reads by night, and occasionally texts his love interest, Jiang Zhiyi. Their relationship is progressing incredibly fast. She constantly shares hilarious school stories with him. In return, he sends cute videos of his golden retriever, Fugui, while teasing her about her cat. He jokes that her haughty ragdoll cat, Rui, is way too snobby. He even tells her Fugi has fallen head over heels for her cat. Then she sends him a photo.
She is wearing a soft yellow outfit, busy cooking away in her kitchen.
With a bit of flour dusted on her face, she looks like an adorable little kitten. She texts him that she baked cookies and asks when he is coming to pick them up. Honestly, this is so wholesome. Chen smiles and texts back that he is on his way. But just as he is about to head out the door, he runs into Su Qingjia. She is standing right outside his villa entrance, looking like she has been waiting there for ages. Though she is wearing her usual sharp business suit, her face looks incredibly exhausted. Chen casually leans against the door, asking if she needs something. She just stares at him. Her eyes are a complete mess of conflicting emotions.
She peers past him, noticing his golden retriever chasing a vacuum. Then she looks over at the garden trellis. The exact winemaking set she thought he bought out of pure madness is sitting right there. Resting peacefully under the grapevines, it looks like a breathtaking piece of fine art. Chen is just standing there in comfy loungewear, radiating an effortless vibe she has never seen before. The entire place feels warm and full of life, a perfect home. It is a massive contrast to her own cold, empty mansion that only smells of work.
She opens her mouth, completely speechless at the sight of him. She clearly has a million questions, but she only manages to choke out one single sentence.
She tells him Ling Xiu's project got rejected by the Zhou group, and Chen Yan just casually nods.
When she accuses him of being the mastermind behind it, he just shrugs and asks what he supposedly did.
He shrugs, completely innocent.
He says he simply sent a small gift to a like-minded elder, that is all.
Plus, is it his fault if Ling Xiu's business proposal literally reads like a third grader's essay? He asks if that is on him too, leaving Su Qingjia absolutely speechless.
Hey, business is business, and the Zhou group's official reason for the rejection was pretty simple.
Ling Xiu's proposal was flashy but completely impractical, with a risk assessment that was way too high. She cannot find a single shred of evidence against him, but her female intuition is screaming. Standing there, she knows he is definitely the puppet master behind all of this. The exact same guy she thought she could easily control. She finally snaps, "Who even are you, Chen Yan?"
That question has haunted her for months, but his answer is simple. He is her ex-husband.
Smirking, he softly tells President Su she has a terribly short memory. She gets emotional, crying out that he never used to be this cold.
He used to bring her breakfast and memorize all her favorite things. He would literally panic over her random comments, so why the sudden change?
Chen Yan just stares. To him, she is a toddler throwing a tantrum. Honestly, guys, watching him ask if she is crying over losing her favorite simp is crazy.
He steps closer, towering over her and trapping her in his shadow.
Does she have any idea how a normal guy would actually react?
Being treated like trash and ignored by the woman he loved for 3 years?
After finding out she was secretly dreaming of another man? While happily taking his devotion for granted, what did she think he felt?
The second her precious white moonlight returned, she instantly wrote him a check to get lost. Did she seriously think he would just accept that?
What did she want? For him to crawl back begging? With every savage word, Su Qingjia's face turns paler until she starts trembling. Her lips go completely white. The truth hurts. His words literally slice through her cold, proud exterior like a knife.
There is no hiding from the bloody truth. She never cared about his feelings. She just took his sacrifice as a given.
She tries to stutter a weak excuse, but her dry voice completely cracks.
He cold laughs. "You didn't, Su Qingjia?"
She was just addicted to his kindness. Now that it's gone, she's uncomfortable. But that isn't love.
It is pure selfishness. With that, he turns his back on her. He goes to shut the door, but she suddenly panics. Wait. She desperately grabs his sleeve. Her grip is weak. Yet, she looks up with total despair in her eyes. Those arrogant, icy eyes are actually overflowing with tears right now. She whispers if they still have a chance, and he just stares.
Complete silence. Then he slowly reaches down. One by one, he pries her fingers off, asking if she knows how to sort trash. Expired relationships belong in the trash, no exceptions. Otherwise, they just pollute the environment, and bam! Chen Yan slams the door shut, locking away all of Su Qing's shock. All that embarrassment and regret is shut outside, while our boy goes to get his cookies.
He drives off feeling as breezy as a cool autumn afternoon.
Totally stress-free. Those words he just dropped on Su Qing's face, that was not just a satisfying face slap, but a clean break from his weak past self. A final farewell to the old loser. From now on, he is just Chen Yan, a guy who only wants to lie flat and enjoy life. He pulls up to Jiang Zhiyi's place, where the cute love interest is already waiting. He looks like a sweet little rabbit waiting for his owner. Seeing the car? His eyes light up and he jogs right over, saying, "You are finally here." He hands over a beautifully wrapped box, looking incredibly shy but filled with hope.
He urges Chen Yan to try some, and Chen Yan opens the lid.
Inside are freshly baked golden cookies, some even shaped like adorable little bears.
There are star shapes too, honestly too cute to even eat.
Chen Yan pops a little bear into his mouth. The rich, buttery flavor hits immediately.
Perfectly sweet, light, and absolutely melt in your mouth crispy.
Jiang Zhiyi asks nervously how it tastes, and Chen Yan gives him a huge compliment.
These could literally be served at a Michelin star restaurant, making the poor boy blush instantly.
He looks down, murmuring that he is just glad Chen Yan likes them. But Chen Yan stares back, correcting him. He says he absolutely loves them.
That makes his face turn redder than a ripe apple. Oh, and by the way, Chen Yan pulls out an elegant box from his car to return the sweet gesture. It is gourmet crab meat meatballs. When Jiang Zhiyi opens up the food container,
an incredible savory aroma hits him, and he gasps that this is his absolute favorite.
He asks how Chen Yan knew, but Chen Yan just plays it off as a lucky guess.
In reality, he overheard Jiang Zhiyi mentioning it on the phone to his mom last week.
Talk about paying attention to details. That is the ultimate romance cheat code.
Jiang Zhiyi looks incredibly touched, saying Chen Yan is amazing, but Chen Yan just plays it cool. He jokes that he is only third best in the world, making the boy giggle.
Right on cue, Jiang Zhiyi's gorgeous ragdoll cat steps onto the scene.
Rui struts out of the yard looking like absolute royalty.
The cat gives Chen Yan a sassy look before heading straight to his owner. He rubs against Jiang Ziyi's leg, but right at that exact moment,
Chen Yan's goofy dog Fugi somehow figures out how to roll down the car window.
The dog leaps straight out of the car and charges forward at lightning speed.
He barrels right toward Rui, sticking out his massive tongue,
and plants a giant wet slobber all over that majestic cat face. Total chaos. Rui is completely stunned, her fur puffing up in absolute outrage. She hisses in warning, but Fugui just acts like a giant simp, wagging his tail. He whines happily, forcing Chen Yan to yell at the goofy dog to get back.
It is pure comedy. Jiang Zhiyi crouches down to comfort his traumatized pet. He tries to soothe his angry cat while Chen Yan frantically apologizes.
He waves his hands, admitting his dog is just way too hyper.
No worries, Jiang Zhiyi says, petting her cat Rui while giving Chen Yan a sweet smile.
Honestly, they get along pretty well, especially with that dumb dog bouncing around. And that tsundere cat acting totally disgusted but staying put. Chen Yan nods. It is like their pets shipped them before they did. They just squat by the curb,
laughing as their pets cause chaos under the warm sunset glow, stretching their shadows. This is peak peaceful slice of life. But some toxic side character always has to ruin the vibe. Suddenly, a sleek black Bentley rolls up and stops beside them.
The window rolls down, revealing Ling Xiu with his signature gloomy face.
Seeing them crouching close together, his eyes turn as venomous as a snake.
Ziyi, why are you with him? Ling Xiu asks, his voice like pure ice.
Shattering the warm air between them, Jiang Zhiyi stands up, calling him Brother Ling Xiu politely, but he snaps, demanding she stay away. Ling Xiu glares daggers at Chen Yan, but directs his angry words at her. "Do you even know who he is?" She replies she knows perfectly.
Jiang Zhiyi steps forward, subtly shielding Chen Yan behind her.
She firmly declares Chen Yan is her friend. We love to see it. Having a sweet girl protect you hits different. Ling Xiu sneers and steps out.
You are too naive. He is only using you.
He wants your family's massive influence to target me.
He glares at Chen Yan, his eyes dripping with pure toxic resentment. I totally underestimated you, thinking you were just some brainless upstart.
Never expecting you to play this dirty. Chen Yan just cleans his ears.
He lazily asks, "Are you done? If so, scram."
Standing here ruins the view. Ling Xiu turns pale with rage.
Jiang Zhiyi frowns, her tone cold as she tells him to stop.
She demands respect. Chen Yan is not that kind of guy.
Plus, this is her private business and none of your concern.
Ling Xiu is completely speechless. He always played the big brother role,
basking in her respect, never imagining a day would come
where she would snap like this to defend another guy.
He claims he is doing this for her sake, yelling she got tricked.
What does this guy even have besides a pile of family money?
He is just a useless slacker who only knows partying.
He is not, Jiang Zhiyi fires back. He knows music and poetry. He even tells her fascinating history stories she never knew. He is gentle, kind, and always remembers exactly what foods she loves. He is definitely not useless. Her voice rings out loud and clear. Every word is pure defense. Meanwhile, Chen Yan just leans back, arms crossed, grinning as she lists his traits like a protective mother hen. This ego boost hits better than making millions. Ling Xiu is absolutely seething. The sweet girl who used to follow him around, cutely calling his name? Since when did she get so sharp-tongued? Are those things even true? Does Chen Yan actually know music and poetry? No shot. Zhiyi, enough, Ling Xiu snaps, unable to listen. Honestly, if she keeps defending him like this, Chen Yan is about to propose on the spot. He steps forward, pulling Jiang Zhiyi behind his back to protect her.
And facing Ling Xiu directly, he decides to drop some harsh truths.
First, Chen Yan is not some slacker. He just does not care about making money. Why? Because his wealth is so massive, he cannot spend it in 10 lifetimes. Second, he is not just playing around. He is literally out here experiencing life. If life was only about money and schemes, how boring would that be? And third, which is by far the most important point of all, he pauses. Chen Yan wraps his arm around Jiang Zhiyi, pulling her gently into his chest. The girl immediately relaxes, leaning sweetly against his chest without a second thought. He looks down at her with a gaze so incredibly soft and tender. She is not someone you can touch, he says, looking up. Suddenly, his expression turns ice cold, sharp as a drawn sword. If Ling Xiu dares to bother her again, the Lin group will disappear from the city. His voice is quiet, yet it carries an absolutely terrifying, undeniable pressure. Ling Xiu takes a step back in pure terror. Our main character is built different. The villain looks at the blushing girl, trusting her man with her whole heart. Then he sees Chen Yan's completely calm, effortless, absolute control over the situation. A toxic, burning jealousy instantly flares up deep inside Ling Xiu's chest. How? How could this guy he once looked down on get everything? Not only is Su Qingjia obsessed with him, but now Jiang Zhiyi is fully protecting him. He is absolutely furious, yelling out, "Chen Yang, who do you think you are? Do you think you own this entire city?" Ling Xiu screams, losing his mind. Chen Yan just shrugs casually and says, "Yeah, pretty much." In another 6 months, once his side hustle internet startups go public,
And as biotech companies hit the market, saying he owns the city is not even a flex.
of course, Ling Xiu thinks this is just some delusional, arrogant joke. Fine, I will wait and see how you make the Lin group vanish, he sneers. He points a finger, spitting out threats that Jiang Zhiyi will regret this choice. And with that, he scrambles into his car, hitting the gas to escape. He runs off like a dog, and honestly, the chemistry between these two is unmatched. Suddenly realizing how close they are, her face turns bright red in an instant. Blushing like a little tomato, she tries to wiggle out of his arms. But Chen Yan just tightens his grip, whispering softly in her ear to stay still. The tips of her ears turn red so fast it is almost funny. He gazes into her eyes, sincerely thanking her for standing up for him. Having someone protect him unconditionally like this is a first across 2 entire lifetimes. She looks down, whispering shyly that she did not really do much. But to him, her simple act of defense truly meant the entire world. Smooth lines can sound cheesy, but right now it is the absolute pure truth. Jiang Zhiyi completely melts, leaning her entire body into his warm chest. Her sweet gardenia scent fills the air, putting his mind completely at ease. Holding her close like this, he feels incredibly safe and warm. It feels like he owns the world. Finally, she looks up from his chest. With bright, innocent eyes, she tells him that her mom is calling them for dinner. Chen Yan just smiles helplessly. Honestly, the mood shift here is insanely fast. He barely has time to process it before Jiang Zhiyi nods like it's totally natural. Apparently, her mom saw everything from the window and says since they're together, they gotta take responsibility.
She tells him to come in, eat, and lock down the relationship, leaving Chen Yan completely speechless.
He follows Jiang Zhiyi inside, silently thanking his future mother-in-law for the god-tier assist.
Alright, so he steps into the Zhang family estate for the first time, surrounded by classical Chinese luxury. Sandalwood scent is in the air, and both her parents are sitting on the couch like final bosses.
Their serious stares make this feel less like a dinner and more like a high court trial. Chen Yan bites the bullet, greets them, and politely hands over the gift box he brought. Her mom takes a look inside the box, and her cold expression instantly softens a bit. She calls him thoughtful, while her dad pushes up his glasses with a sharp glare. He scrutinizes Chen Yan with a sharp gaze, asking if he's the infamous Chen Yan, the ex-son-in-law of the Su family who's been making massive waves in High City lately. Chen Yan just plays it cool, saying it's all just empty rumors. Empty rumors? Her dad scoffs. Spending $20 million on a dog bowl is definitely not just rumors. At this point, Chen Yan is completely speechless, with no shot at arguing.
All he can do is smile bitterly, as his legendary flex has already spread everywhere. It's all over her parents' social circle, and Jiang Zhiyi gets annoyed with the interrogation.
She runs over to cling to her dad's arm, whining at him to stop scaring her man. She insists Chen Yan is actually a great guy. Honestly, daughters really are their dad's weakness.
Her dad's cold expression instantly melts, but he still warns them that actions speak louder than words.
He stares Chen Yan down, warning him that young men easily lose their heads when they get rich. He doesn't care about his past, but if he ever dares to make Jiang Zhiyi cry, he'll make sure Chen Yan gets completely blacklisted from the city. Talk about massive final boss energy. This threat is levels above anything that clown Ling Xiu ever pulled. Chen Yan stands up straight, bows respectfully, and promises the father he has absolutely nothing to worry about. He vows he will never hurt her. He's going to spoil her absolutely rotten. Honestly, that dinner has to be the most nerve-wracking meal of Chen Yan's 2 lifetimes. Even though the dad keeps a stiff poker face, the mom is incredibly warm and welcoming. She keeps piling his plate with food, treating him with so much care. She treats him better than his own mom would, while Jiang Zhiyi sits right next to him. She sneaks adorable little glances at him, looking down and giggling at how nervous he is. By the end of the night, Chen Yan feels like a prized piece of meat. He's basically a stamped piece of pork, just waiting for an auspicious date. To be sent off to the slaughterhouse, or rather, the wedding altar. After dinner, her dad invites him into the study for a high-stakes game of chess. The old man's playstyle is incredibly aggressive, filled with absolute dominance. But Chen Yan counters every single move, keeping his defense completely airtight. After an intense match, the game ends in a perfect draw. Her dad finally shows some respect, praising Chen Yan for his steady composure. Taking a sip of tea, the father sighs that Jiang Zhiyi has been completely spoiled since childhood.
She is as pure as a blank sheet of paper, and he warns Chen Yan never to make her cry.
Chen Yan looks him dead in the eye and gives his absolute word. By the time they finish, it's already 10 p.m., and Jiang Zhiyi walks him out to the gate. Under the moonlight, she looks absolutely stunning as she softly asks if her dad went too hard on him. She softly asks if her dad said anything bad, but Chen just smiles back.
He tells her that her dad only wants him to treat her well, gently booping her nose.
Chen asks her straight up, Jiang Zhiyi, will you give me a real chance to treat you right? And just like that, her face turns completely red as she shyly nods her head. Her voice is barely a whisper, making Chen's heart totally skip a beat. He cannot help himself and leans down to kiss her, finding her lips incredibly soft and sweet. It low-key tastes like cookies, and the kiss is super light and gentle. But it hits him like an electric shock, and then boom, reality calls. An absolute mood-killing phone call ruins the moment, and it is his assistant, Wang Qian. Boss, it exploded! It exploded! The assistant is literally screaming with excitement. Chen pulls away from the sweet moment, pretty annoyed, asking what exactly exploded. Our stock price is absolutely exploding, Wang Qian screams through the phone. Just a second ago, that company you told me to buy out. You know that dying game company? They just launched a brand new game. It went completely viral overnight, and our stock price just hit the limit, shooting up 10 times over. 10 times, Master Chen. Chen is stunned for a second, then finally remembers.
Oh, that game is Honor of Kings, and he only bought it because it was failing.
He literally just threw a little pocket change at it, bought it, and completely forgot about it. Who knew it would blow up so fast? But Chen just calmly says, "Okay, I got it." Just got it? Wang Qian is completely flabbergasted by how chill he is. "Boss, we're talking billions here." But Chen just replies, "Is billions really that much?" He asks, looking down at the blushing girl currently hiding in his arms. With her dazed, beautiful eyes, she is his one and only priceless treasure. He tells his assistant to never bother him with such tiny things again and hangs up. Because he is busy dating, leaving his assistant completely stunned on the other end. Wang Qian stands there holding the phone in utter disbelief, thinking billions is a small thing? Once again, being poor has limited his imagination, and soon this news spreads everywhere. Word of this massive win spreads everywhere, completely transforming Chen from a broke nobody into a legend. Now he is the ultimate god of investment, a mysterious giant in the business world. Countless top reporters are begging for interviews, and every major business boss wants to meet him. But Wang Qian blocks them all because Chen's only response is that he is too busy. Too busy dating. Honestly, those 3 words are the ultimate flex. They hit way harder than any corporate proposal, instantly sparking a massive trend all over the internet. Now the whole internet is frantically trying to guess which goddess captured his heart. To tame a beast like him, and soon, netizens dig up Jiang Zhiyi's real identity. She is the heiress of the Zhang group and a top university graduate. A beautiful, kind-hearted angel, and the entire internet is sending them love. Meanwhile, inside the luxury office of the Su group, the ex-wife, Su Qingjia, stares at her phone. Staring at the photo of Chen and Jiang Zhiyi kissing under the streetlights, her knuckles turn white with rage. In the photo, he looks incredibly handsome, and she looks absolutely stunning. The scene is as gorgeous as a painting, and Su Qingjia's heart feels like it is being squeezed by an invisible hand, leaving her completely unable to breathe. She asks herself if she regrets divorcing him, and the answer is absolutely yes. She is drowning in regret, starting from the exact moment Chen calmly signed those divorce papers. She has been regretting it ever since. But his pathetic pride just wouldn't let him admit the truth. He seriously thought Chen Yan was playing hard to get, believing that if he just turned back, Chen Yan would wag his tail and run right back like a loyal dog. But bro, he was dead wrong. Chen Yan didn't even look back. Instead, Chen Yan kept rising higher, completely out of the ex's reach. So high that he could only look up, and guess what? Chen Yan now has a girlfriend who actually cherishes him way more. Later, the ex opens a drawer to find a tiny box. Inside is a designer cufflink he anonymously bought at an auction 3 years ago. It was supposed to be an anniversary gift, but a call from his mistress ruined everything. He forgot all about it, leaving the cufflink to collect dust for 3 whole years. Just like his too-late affection, completely unspoken. And now, he'll never get the chance. He finally grabs his phone. He dials the number he knows by heart, praying for a miracle. It rings forever before Chen Yan finally picks up, sounding completely relaxed and sleepy. The ex, Su Qingjia, speaks in a hoarse voice, but Chen Yan just answers coldly. Chen Yan asks what he wants, but Su Qingjia's words get stuck in his throat. An apology is too weak. Regret sounds laughable, and he has zero right to ask for another chance. So Chen Yan tells him he is hanging up because his girlfriend is waiting for breakfast. Honestly, Chen Yan has zero patience left, making the ex panic and scream his name. He stammers, asking if Chen Yan ever loved him, even if only a tiny bit. Asking this single question completely drains whatever strength he has left. Like a criminal awaiting execution, he holds his breath, waiting for an answer. The dead silence on the line makes every single second feel like a century. Just when he thinks he's getting ignored, Chen Yan chuckles softly. He asks if Su Qingjia has ever heard of Schrodinger's cat. Until the box is opened, the cat's fate is a mystery, and his feelings were the same. Before the ex shoved that divorce agreement right into Chen Yan's face,
and opened the box of their ending, maybe, just maybe, some love survived.
But now the box is open and the cat is dead. What a legendary line.
With that, Chen Yan hangs up, leaving Su Qingjia staring blankly at his phone. The ex collapses onto the freezing floor as his tears finally overflow. He curls up in the corner of his empty office like a completely abandoned child. He weeps uncontrollably, finally realizing he has completely and utterly lost his chance. He personally killed the cat that used to love him unconditionally. Low-key heartbreaking, honestly. Meanwhile, Chen Yan's life is back on track, heading toward his absolute dream scenario. He eats breakfast with his sweet girlfriend, Jiang Zhiyi, joining her at classes or the library. For lunch, they enjoy 8 classic cuisines prepared by top-tier chefs. Afternoons are spent swimming, playing with pets, and playing chess with her dad, Jiang Fu. Or he just cuddles up on the couch with Jiang Zhiyi to watch classic movies. With his manager Wang Qian running things, Chen Yan's business is thriving, pulling in insane profits. On the other hand, the ex's company loses a major project and takes hit after hit. Their cash flow dries up completely, forcing them to declare bankruptcy. The toxic mistress, Ling Xiu, also gets busted for fraud and unfair business practices. She lands straight in prison, wrapping up this satisfying revenge exactly like the original story. But everything is completely different because this time around, he is no longer that weak cannon fodder getting crushed. Now he is on top, controlling the entire game. As for his toxic ex Su Qing, he had not heard a single thing about her in ages. He only saw on the financial news that her family group was crashing hard due to terrible decisions. They completely missed out on key market trends, causing their company value to shrink tons. She was still that same high and mighty, icy female president, but on that cold face of hers, you could barely find even a trace of a smile. One day, he and Jiang Zhiyi were walking along the beach. The setting sun painted the sea in brilliant gold as seagulls called out in the distance. Their dogs Fugai and Ruyi were chasing each other on the sand. Honestly, the vibes were so wholesome. Suddenly, Jiang Zhiyi stopped in her tracks and looked right up at him. Softly calling out his name, Chen Yan, she stared at him with absolute determination in her eyes. With the golden sunset reflecting inside her eyes, she whispered, "Let us get married." Looking brighter than the stars, he was completely stunned. He stuttered, asking if proposing was not supposed to be the man's job, wondering if she had really thought this through. Nodding her head firmly, she replied that she was done waiting and wanted to wake up every morning with him being the very first person she saw, officially having his name on her family registry. He looked at her, and a massive wave of pure warmth rushed straight into his chest. How did he get so lucky to find someone so incredibly passionate and brave? Right then, he dropped down to one knee. He pulled a velvet box out of his pocket, holding a ring he had actually prepared a long time ago. Opening the box, he smiled and addressed her as Miss Jiang Zhiyi. "Even though you totally stole my lines," he said, looking at her with absolute love, "I still want to ask you myself." He softly asked if she would marry a guy like him, who just wants to lie flat and is occasionally a bit mischievous. She started crying happy tears and nodded with everything she had. With tears in her eyes, she loudly shouted, "I do!" He then slipped the ring onto her finger. Standing up, he pulled her into a tight hug as the distant sun finally sank below the ocean, leaving a beautiful glow. He knew right then that his real happy story was only just beginning. Honestly, what a perfect ending. A true peak ending is not about getting insane world-ending powers or infinite wealth. It is about living your life exactly how you want, having delicious food to eat, with great drinks to enjoy and beautiful views to see. And most importantly, the person you love by your side.